Hello, YouTube.
Daddy, are you ready to go? Ready to go?
Huh?
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Y'all ready?
Yeah, good luck with your lawyer. I hope you win so you can win us and so we can live with you. Yeah.
Thank you. I love you.
We hope you have good luck.
Okay. Well, I'll need your prayers. Thank you. Go load up in the car for me. I gotta make a video real quick. And thank you for that. I love you too.
Okay.
Get in the car. Hello, YouTube. Sorry about that. I'm on the way to go meet with my lawyer to take some evidence that I'm supposed to use in court, divorce court, child custody court, against my will. I always want to make that clear because people always like to jump on my comments and say that if I'm a Christian, why am I getting a divorce? I'm not divorcing my wife. My wife is divorcing me. It's entirely against my will. I don't want to divorce her. I don't want to fight her. I don't want to split my family up. That's all her doing. But I'm on the way in self-defense to take some evidence to my lawyer for divorce court. And the evidence I have is the type of evidence that if she were to deliver the same type of evidence against me, or if any woman were to deliver the same type of evidence against any man, husband, father, etc., the man would not only lose any custody at all of his children or any right to see them at all, he would go to jail. He'd go to prison if that type of evidence were submitted against him. But I'm full well aware of the statistics on divorce cases, on child support, alimony, and child custody rulings, and how it is almost never in the favor of the man. I'm fully aware that I'm probably going to lose, barring some unlikely miracle of God. And I'm in a fantastic mood. Now, you might be wondering what kind of horrible person I must be to know that I'm about to lose my children that I homeschooled their entire lives full-time, was their full-time homeschool teacher, was with them 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the first several years of their lives. And I'm going to prepare for court where I know I'm going to lose and probably almost never see them. Why I would be in a good mood unless I'm a horrible, horrible man. And that's the point of this video. It's a follow-up to a video I made in the past about choosing to be happy no matter the circumstances and learning a mindset of outcome independence. So that video was about happiness is a choice. Happiness is not something that happens to you. Happiness is not something that depends on anything that is done to you or that happens. You can be happy when someone you love just died. You can be happy when you lost all your money. You can be happy when you become quadriplegic or paraplegic. I learned this from people. That sounds like an extreme analogy, but I actually learned this mindset from there's one man that was born with no arms and no legs and has lived his entire life with no arms and no legs by himself with no one to help him. And recently he just got married to a beautiful woman and fathered children. But before that, he lived on his own with no arms and no legs, found weird ways to brush his own teeth, to take care of his own self, to dress his own self, with no arms and legs. Another man was born with a rare disease where he didn't have a bone in his body other than like his skull and a few other ones, but he couldn't even move at all. Like the man with the no arms and no legs figured out how to move and get through life. The other man couldn't move at all and was bedbound. And those are two of the happiest men I've ever seen in my life. There's another woman who's quadriplegic and wheelchair bound and can move nothing but her face and lips. One of the happiest people I've ever seen in my life. And I learned from those three human beings that you can be happy no matter what. Happiness is not something that has happened to you. Happiness is not a gift that someone else has to bestow upon you or that you need to beg anyone else for. Happiness is a choice. Feelings and emotions are entirely a choice. You can choose to only feel positive emotions if you want to. You can choose for the brief moments that you lose control of that you lose focus on that, and that you do have a negative emotion. You can choose not to react negatively to that emotion, to smile, to be positive, to think happy things, not lie to yourself about things, but to think of the true happy things that you have to focus on, rather than focusing on the negative. So why am I about to go meet with my lawyer to submit evidence that would get me put in prison if it was submitted against me? And yet I know that I live in such an unjust system that I am almost certainly going to lose my children, lose my life savings, lose my property, lose my residual monthly income by a large percentage in child support and alimony, and probably almost never see my children again, like I haven't been able to anyways for the past couple years now, ever since this divorce stuff. Why am I still happy in light of that? Because I can be, because I choose to be, because being negative about it would change nothing in my favor, and being positive about it can change everything in my favor, even if I don't get the outcome that I'm looking for. So the point of the video is that if you have depression, like I used to have, if you have clinical, real depression that makes it debilitatingly hard to even get up in the morning, I have that. I have manic depression, and I choose anyways, with no medication, with no psychologist, no counselor, no therapy, nothing. I choose to be happy in spite of whatever's happening to me. And I mean in spite of whatever's happening to me. My grandmother just died, was like a mother to me, raised me, lived with me her entire life, just died. My house, my previous house, recently got swept away by a tornado and had no insurance on it. I was homeless for a little while because of that. My children got taken away from me when my wife randomly decided to separate from me after 10 years of marriage and divorce me. My children that I homeschooled their entire life and spent my full time with got taken from me, and I went from seeing them 365 days a year to only like 4 days a month. And now I'm about to maybe never see them, or maybe see them less often than I do now. But either way, I'm about to lose most of my life savings, most of my property, most of my future income to child support and alimony, because in America, once you've been married for 10 years, the wife can automatically get alimony if the judge wishes. And my wife, of course, is finalizing the divorce court final trial the day after. My wife is finalizing the divorce court trial the day after our 10-year anniversary. Coincidence? I think not. I think it's related to the alimony laws in America. Most women are advised by their lawyers to do that. So I have many, many reasons to be upset, to be angry, to be unhappy, and I refuse any of those emotions because they do not serve me. And you can do that too. So the point of this video is that you need to choose to be happy right now. You need to take control of your emotions. You need to take control of your thoughts, because thoughts become things. And I don't mean that in any weird, The Secret way. That's literally something that the Bible teaches in the New Testament. Thoughts become things. You don't have to be unhappy because of your emotional circumstances. You can have negatively emotional circumstances, but choose to only have positive emotions about it. And that's the point of this video. That's what I'm asking you to do. Take it or leave it. I'm going to do it either way. I got to go now because my children are waiting for me in the car, and my lawyer's waiting for me in a city 2 hours away. So, because that's where my wife filed divorce on me. And so I got to go. Choose to be happy now, not later, not when things get better, not when bad things start happening, or you'll never be happy, because this is Earth. Bad things will always happen. You can be positive through them, so do that. Hello, YouTube. As expected, nothing but bad news from the divorce lawyer, even in light of all the evidence, and yet I smile. Like I told you, you control your mood, you control your emotions. So enjoy yourself and enjoy your kids while you have them, and don't let anything affect your mood. Calvin.
Hi.
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 Hi, Nailani.
Hi. I hate mushrooms. I just love the texture.
Hi, Bisbell.
Hi, Aggie.
Mwah. What you eating?
Pizza.
You like pizza? Calvin's eating like 50 of them right there because he's a little beast,
You know what
little
confuses
muscle
me?
monster. What confuses you?
I hate mushrooms, but I love the texture.
So yeah,
Enjoy what you can when you can. Let go of the rest. Don't let emotions control you. You control your emotions. Don't let circumstances control you or how you feel. You control that.